ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين.
Welcome to the first episode of Old Boy, Young Man, the podcast, where we interview people from all over the world. You might just learn a thing or two about life. This is the cross-generational podcast. Today, we have a good friend. He's coming in live from Bali, our good friend Grayson. Grayson, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Hello to the chat.
What's going on?
Hello, Sonny. Hello, Beck.
Great to see you again. All right. I don't know why you did another intro. I mean, it's bro.
Can you just go with the
have you been watching our videos at all lately? What do you think about what we're doing from what you've seen?
I tap into the stream sometimes, like today, and yeah, I'm mostly watching like the React content.
Do you think Sonny's gay?
It's interesting to know what's going on. I always want to know what's going on, like with you personally, but like what's actually going on in his life, because I can relate to the journey that you're going down, like personally.
He can't hear you when you
just like coming out of the closet, being honest with everything in life, including religion. So I know what that comes with. So that's mostly what I'm curious about.
Yeah, I mean, bro, for me, it's been a battle, you know.
As a viewer,
it's been to say it's been easy is
Understatement.
Is an extreme understatement, bro. It's an extreme understatement. I mean, you of anyone would be able to relate to this the most, obviously, like you just said. I think a lot of viewers don't have much compassion, or they struggle to put themselves in our shoes with talking about Islam publicly, especially before it's been kind of cooler to talk about it. You know, like we've been kind of the ones to trailblaze like white boys looking into it online. What is that noise?
Something happened.
That was a Twitch noti? Oh.
Red Dragon X 1000 bits.
Dude, Unc, can you go home? You're sleepy and...
Yo, why you throwing me off our pod? This is Old Boy, Young Man. This is a pilot episode.
All right, anyway, bro.
Straight up pilot episode. They want a real podcast. Yeah, we react, but they want us to bring guests from all over the world and talk about life, bro. Grayson's the first dude to be on the show together with both of us, bro. Ask the chat, bro.
Anyways.
Grayson, you young ones, man. No fuck.
Anyways, bro, it's...
Grayson, where you from? Grayson, where you from? Let's the audience, what's your story, brother? Where did your life start? Let me teach you how to be a podcaster.
23 years old. I'm from Texas.
I'm from Texas.
So I grew up in Texas, lived in Colorado for like the other half of my life, then moved back to Texas.
Where in Texas?
I dropped out of college. That was the moment where I started defying the rules of my life, or the rules that were put upon me. And then that led to me investigating religion and building up a big YouTube channel, following my journey of proving the truth. And then I felt like I kind of started to lose myself, and I felt like I wasn't mature enough. So I just kind of backed off of sharing my intimate details of my life.
Grayson, where in Texas are you
that's
from?
That's where I'm at now.
Where in Texas are you?
I was born in Austin, and then I grew up outside of Houston, or I guess I'll just leave it there. I grew up outside of Houston.
So I was born in Texas. In Houston.
Okay.
I was born in Houston. But I didn't grow up there. I didn't grow up there. Thank God. I don't know how anyone could live there. No offense to Houston, but come on, bro. It's a sauna, bro. It's literally a sauna. It's a steam room, actually. It's a steam room. I wish it was a sauna. It's a steam room. No offense. I'm wrong?
Houston's...
Brother, you're running from...
I thought you were going to not mention...
You're running from Fiesta Supermarket back to your car. By the time you get back to your car, you're drenched. You know, by the time you go to Kroger, get your milk, get your cereal, you're drenched, bro. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it's a lifestyle.
You ever been to the potato patch in Houston? The restaurant?
No.
They throw the bread at you. You got to catch your own bread. We got to go there, dude.
We'll go.
I haven't been to Houston in 30 years, dude.
I mean, I am from Houston, but I've literally probably been to the city 10 times.
Me and him
I'm from 45 minutes away from it.
Me and him are trying to move.
The city's sketchy. It feels scary every time I go in there. Every time I think back to Houston, as I travel the world, I'm like, maybe America is like a failed society. Like, there's so many zombies in our cities. Meanwhile,
you
like
turn
you
on
go to like
push
a
to
third
talk?
world country,
Push to
third world
talk.
country, and like their cities are like
They'll make
there's
this way
nobody like
easier.
getting tranquilized on the street.
So me
But
and
Houston's
Sonny,
kind of sketchy.
me and Sonny are thinking about moving to Dallas, setting up shop, on the outskirts of Dallas. What do you think about that? We're tired of the North.
Thinking about moving to Dallas?
Which key?
Yeah, I have a big network down there. I love Dallas. Austin's dope, bro, but I can't live there,
I
man.
can't hear you guys.
What should I do? M or this one?
Audio's cutting out.
1 second.
All right, I just turned on push to talk, so I don't have to keep muting and unmuting. So if you want to talk, just hit this button. Is that better? That should be good now. Sorry, dude. Can you just like go like?
What? Are we doing the pod or not?
This is not the first. This is
This
not the
is a
first
pilot
episode of
episode.
the pod.
It's the pilot episode.
No, it's not. It's the convo on Discord with Grayson.
It's the same thing. Why
This
not
is
turn
the
it
catch
into
up with Grayson.
But why not turn it into an episode? Finding faith as a white boy.
I'm
Whoa.
the director. I'm the director, Beck. I'm the one
You're
that
the
leads
director?
the charge. Yes,
Nah,
you're the
My
comedian.
man, I'm a famous podcaster long before I met you. Who you ever had on your shit? I've had Carol Baskin, Havoc and Mob Deep, Rachel Ray.
Dude, these do you know any of these people?
These are A-list celebrities. Yeah.
Do you know one of those people?
Tone Trump, Mo Pacino, John A. Light. I could go on and on and on, bro.
Your OBS setting is conflicting with Discord. Oh
How
my
did you
God.
guys meet?
Bro,
God, literally God.
God, yeah, literally, that's the answer. Allah, bro.
God. He was about to become gay and I saved him.
We he called me. He called me. He shot me a DM because one of his followers said that we should connect. He calls me. He talks for 40 minutes longer than he should. Like, I keep trying to get off the phone. He wouldn't stop going. He's like, bro, I swear Allah connected us for a reason, bro. When you come up, we gotta rip a pod. And I was like, okay, dude. Like, all right, thank you. And
Was
bro,
I wrong?
We ended up linking and just became like best friends. And
Was I wrong? Sometimes you gotta
Doesn't
listen to
look like
elders.
it.
bro.
Unc, he's really difficult, Unc, to do the pods with. I don't know.
No,
if this
you're
will
wrong.
work.
You're just a hater.
I'm not a hater.
You're a fucking hater.
I'm not a hater.
Sonny, are you excited to be an Unc?
Am I
One
excited
day?
to be an Unc one day?
You better hope the world's still here for both of you to be unks.
I
bro.
already look like an Unc. The amount of stress, I look like I'm 40.
The way this world's going, I hope you guys become unks, bro. I'll be honest with you. I'm
Yeah, I don't know if we're
praying
gonna make it, bro. Grayson, I don't know if you dove into the end times, the Dajjal, bro. He's around the corner.
for you. He's around the corner, bro.
We're cooked.
I haven't looked too much into it. I feel like the end times have always been here.
So how does a Texas boy end up in Bali?
That's as far as my
You
research
have to
has
push
gone.
to talk, dude.
How does a Texas boy end up in Bali?
Say it again.
How does a Texas guy
Oh my God.
end up in Bali?
This is the push to talk, dude. Like, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I basically just want to lock in on entrepreneurship. So I'm not actually living here. I'm actually going to Thailand tomorrow, but I've been here for like 2 months. But I was in America like all 6 months of this year with my family and whatnot, and now wanted to just completely focus on the things I actually want to and escape any distraction for like half a year.
Wait, so what are
So
you
I'm not really living out here.
what are you working on in Bali? What are you doing right now?
TikTok shop affiliate, so like making, for people who don't know what that is, like making videos, selling products on TikTok. So still using social media that's like my passion, my career, but I completely stopped like sharing intimate details about my life for the past like 4 months, like myself, but working on that and yeah, just a few other like small side hustles. Like the first ever business I did was a pressure washing business when I was like 16, and so like I'm still like making a few posts for that and like sending the jobs like to my friends, but focusing on TikTok shop right now.
How's it been going? Do you pick up any good
A
traction?
few other stuff, but we'll see where it goes. Yeah, it's going good. I'm making progress, but that's about it. Slow progress.
Yeah, I feel you.
But just gonna try to commit to doing it for like at least like half a year, and like after like 4 months I'll really evaluate like, okay, where am I at financially with this.
Yeah,
Bro,
I
I'm
feel
just
like
trying to break free, bro. I feel like I can't think like until like there's this financial bug out of my ear, like until I know I have money coming in every month and I don't have like a
You wanna
boss.
go?
It's like I feel like I can't even think like what do I even want to do with my life? So that's like my main goal over the next year. But that's been my freaking goal for the past 2 years, but I seem like I have gone down like wrong paths.
Yeah,
But
how old are you, Grayson?
I'm 23.
There is no wrong path at your age, bro. Like when you get to my age, you're gonna look backwards, and you're gonna realize that all those wrong turns and that wasted time really is what gave you the character. Like, bro, you know how many jobs I had in my life, bro? The hardest part in life is not to make it; it's to know what you want to do. And if you found what you want to do, or you have an idea of what you want to do, then you're already ahead of the curve for your age, bro. I didn't figure it out until my 30s, late 30s. So,
Which was what, podcasting?
I suppressed my natural God-given talent, bro. Now I'm stuck with a fucking 22. Like I could have been doing this a long time ago, you know? So, you know, no, I'm serious. Listen, at your age,
Okay,
like,
amen.
at your age, brother, listen, you've been kind of around the world, right? You're seeing things that most people your age will never see. And you guys sometimes, Sonny too, I say this to Sonny all the time, you're ahead of the curve. The key is to stay ahead of the curve.
Bro, just the fact that you're not even working a corporate job right now. You're in Bali, chilling, your feet up in the air. You're relaxed.
Pisha del
You're going to the beach.
Dude, you
You're
say
eating cheap food. Bro, you're good.
I mean,
You're ahead of the curve, bro. And the fact that you're pondering.
life here feels the same. Like I don't actually. I mean, I do drink coconuts every day, but you just get so used to it that it's like just becomes normal.
Yeah,
But
bro.
I appreciate the advice for my life. Like, yeah, I mean, perspective is important. I just want to inspire people. That's what I know I want to do. I want to like, I actually realized that like my passion, I don't know where this will take me, but to your point, like you'll find out if you know what you want to do. I just know that I like, it's so natural for me to like give energy to people. Like in high school, I was actually the school mascot, like not wearing a costume, but like on the microphone, running like pep rallies for my high school. And like, that's where I realized like, oh, this is like my natural gift to like bring energy to people. Like, come on, get up. So I don't know where that'll take me, but
Grayson,
we'll see.
what I want you to do is this. I think you believe in the creator, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Especially if you don't know which way to go. I don't believe there's a God. I know there's a God. I'm that convinced, right? Leaving denomination out of it, all that other stuff. And I truly believe if someone's sincere and they've come to the conclusion that there's a creator, they're going to find the right path, right? All I want you to do is when you're by yourself, when you're making intention, you know, ask that creator to guide you towards the most useful purpose of your life. I asked God to give me a voice the whole world would hear. And I promised God that I would use it for good. Here we are. Billions.
World famous, as Uncle
World
says.
fame. What? I just got followed by Russell Simmons, bro. What else you want to know? Pull it up. Pull up. Russell
We're not
Simmons.
pulling it up. We believe you.
He's
We
in
can
Bali
check.
all the time, actually. If you run into him, Russell Simmons is in Bali all the time,
Really?
bro. You know who that is? He's a
I do
billionaire.
not.
He
I think I've
founded,
heard the name.
It's
though.
one of his Uncle celebrities.
he founded Def Jam, bro. He's one of the godfathers of all of
Okay.
hip hop. He's a billionaire. Pull him up on chat.
No.
So no, what I'm saying, brothers, you know what's good to do is like, I always tell you, if you don't know what to do, ask the one that gave you life to guide you towards what's the best use of your life and your time. Because it took me a left here, a right there, try this, try that, go here. Oh, it's all about the money. To where I was making stupid money, but I was miserable. Miserable, bro. And I walked away from a career in the very high six figures in 2018. So, you know, to me, freedom is more important than the money. And being able to do something that I feel like I'm making a difference in the world. It's not just collecting a paycheck. For me, that's what I realized. It took me going through all those hula hoops, ups and downs, getting the money, getting the bag, and then realizing that's not why I'm happy. So, and I wasn't happy. And now I am happy.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
obviously,
So-
you know, bro, like this is, you know, pretty basic advice, but whatever hardship you're going through right now, it's forming you into the man you're going to be. You already know this stuff. Like you've seen my short film, Upgrade Your Character, right?
Yeah, I just watched it again like 2 days ago.
W. But in the time I
yeah.
was living that, where I was in college and I was making millions of dollars, I wanted to just end it all. Like I couldn't even, it was hard to operate throughout the day in that time because of what I was dealing with like that 16-year-old blackmailing us to try to have leverage in the company. And I wanted the best for everyone that bought into the NFTs, but I wasn't pulling my weight properly. Like I was completely miserable, you know? But then that video or that story ended up becoming my best short film ever, which then ended up changing my life. Like even after I ended the Mom Reacts videos and I kept trying YouTube and it was just flop, flop, flop. And then it was upgrade your character, you know? So it's like you never know what's going to come out of this stuff you're going through, bro. It's like you kind of just have to embrace it at the end of the day. And, you know, I tried TikTok Shop too. My whole idea with my TikTok Shop business was I make money with my audience. So you come, I teach you how to be an awesome creator and we make money together. And it didn't end up working out like as optimally as I wanted it to be.
Especially because of TikTok.
Yeah, a lot of it had to do
And
with
we know
TikTok,
who took over.
banning accounts, and then they got bought, and I was
they
like,
got
all right,
bought by you know who.
and I was like, that's it. But you know what I'm talking about.
Rip.
But yeah, I don't want to preach you too much, bro. Like you were talking about how you feel like you were losing yourself a bit with the content. I can definitely relate to that. I'm curious, like, can you expand on that a bit more?
Yeah. So like, I'm just for anyone who doesn't know, I was making Islamic content for probably about like 6 months, and it was just gaining a lot of exposure, similar to Sonny. And then I was just like going back to like going back to my hometown and seeing like my family. I was just like got fed up with like feeling like I was like a zoo animal, like
Like a black sheep, right?
and I'm just like, well, I'm fine with being a black sheep, but it's just like I feel like there was so much information that everybody like had on me, and it was just like, what am I doing? Like I'm
Literally my
not
life.
happy with how all these encounters are going. Like everyone's like, so like, oh, you've been like looking into that. Like this is like the same conversations happening over and over again, which is fine when I think someone feels like stable, but I was like
That's my life.
trying to like discover the truth for myself, and then I'm just like everything that I'm learning, I'm putting in a video, putting it online. And then just one day I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm just like not mature enough for this right now to like share my intimate details of my relationship with God. Maybe I need to figure out like what stuff I need to not be sharing. I think there's stuff I need to figure out, and I just finally realized like, okay, don't lose your life. Don't lose like your sanity for this, which it felt like it was doing. So I want to like go back to like being a content creator, but it kind of just felt like God told me to like stop. That's how I could describe the feeling. 'Cause it was just like overwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely relate to that, bro. I don't know if you ever saw like the moment I took my shahada, where it was in the room with Sheikh Uthman. Did you ever see that or no?
Yeah, I did.
And so that was my choice to want to go into another room and keep it private. And I think that if I publicized my shahada back then, I might have fallen off the path or maybe just straight up lost my mind for the same reason you're talking about. It's just like, for me, what keeps me sane now, because I deal with all the same stuff you're dealing with. You go to the family gatherings and everyone, you got to answer the same question 1,000 times. Allah, what is this? You want to go to, how was Mecca? Oh, you know, the same things nonstop. And it gets annoying. I get that. But for me, having my faith like a rock and something to lean on nonstop, that's what gets me through it all. And I feel like if your whole journey was only on camera, not only did it allow for maybe your intentions to not be in the right place, which I'm not saying you're a bad guy for that. Like, I get it, you know, sometimes, you know, you say something in a certain way or you react to something, it's going to go viral. Like, you know, different intentions slip in to certain places. But for me, it was really just having my faith solidified, which kept me sane in this entire process from all the attacks I've got. So I could definitely get where you're coming from, bro. Like it makes sense why you had to take a break.
You make actually a good point, like how you're saying you're backing all of your sturdiness like to your foundation of faith. I think what happened for me is like my boat got rocked because I read the Quran and I was like, yo, this is. It wasn't like immediate the day I read it, but like the following weeks and after I started like, okay, let me go back at every question I don't understand about the Bible, like let me go, basically just logic. I'm like, this is like Christianity, the Bible, like put through a machine, and just like everything that was like confusing just like makes perfect sense. Like every rule that Islam has on when to talk to a woman, when you can marry a woman, how to approach a woman. I'm like, I feel like I'm like learning how to be a man from like the playbook of life, like low key, like everything is telling me. I'm like, okay, this all makes like perfect sense. Then what like rocked my boat was the moment, because I had like full faith in Islam, and that's why I wasn't afraid to like go out and say publicly, like on YouTube, like, yo, this is true. Which are like, for my relatives watching this video, or anyone who knows me, like they're all gonna be like, what the heck? Like, yo, look at this. Like, you know, family members like crying, like, what's happening? I'm like, wait, no, I'm chilling. Like, I'm great.
I'm happy.
The moment
I'm
everything
happy.
shifted, what?
I know people that got accused of being molested when they became Muslim. Like they molested you.
Did they touch you?
Did they touch you?
Did they touch you in that back room?
Like your family, bro, is the worst. When you come to Islam, it's like they look like you. Like, and the funny part is a lot of times these families are not even religious. Like they're just been pre-programmed with so much hatred towards Islam that when you say, "Oh, I'm a Muslim now," like they look at you with disgust. Like, did you go through any of that?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, I
normal.
definitely went through that, and it
Make
just
sure to hit the
really
button
started to
first.
confuse me even more when like for me, like my family is like Southern, and like they're very, like we're not like most families, like most of my friends who consider the religion to be something like Christianity to be like, you know, kind of just like a tag. Like my family is very religious, like they love God.
Texas is,
so
I
it's
mean,
like when it's
yeah.
coming from somebody who has like a pure heart, or at least I believe that they have a pure heart, and like they're like coming at me, I'm like just like so confused, like what is even happening right now? Like why is all this hatred being like put onto me when I'm just reading a book and then like saying what it says, and then like it can be a lot. I mean, you know, it's like really overwhelming to have like everyone in your life like looking at you like, what are you doing?
And you're like,
You
look
know?
at, I
It's
think,
kinda like-
and it's even more frustrating, bro, because it's like you're trying to appeal to logic with them, right? You're trying to say, okay, this book claims to be the first person words of God. It has prophecies and miracles that only God could have known, and everything is in line with your innate disposition, your fitrah, and it all makes perfect sense. But when you try to go the logical route with people whose hearts aren't soft and open to the truth, it doesn't matter. This has been one of the most fascinating things for me, is it's like logic goes out the window. The smartest people you know.
It's like talking with a girl. It's like your girlfriend arguing with her. It's like, okay, wait, we have to think differently here.
Don't ever,
Because there's
don't
so
ever
much
do that again.
emotional. It's just like a programming that's being run, like bad.
You wanna go?
Grayson, did you? I mean, have you? I mean, I don't know nothing about you, but did you embrace the faith, or something you don't want to talk about?
I embraced the faith. No, I'm open to talking about it, and I appreciate you asking. I embraced the faith of Islam after, basically in my heart, when I read the Quran, and very small amount of time after, like I was like, before I even said my shahada, I was like, wait, I've like already believed this. Like, this makes sense. Like, only fear God. Everything started to change though when I got completely confused when I walked into a mosque and like saw all the Hadith books. And I was like, what is that? And then everything shifted from that moment on, because that kind of turned into be like, wait. I felt like I was like joining a team of like people that agreed, that I finally could align with. But then I was like, wait, there's more to this. And then it's like everything just got confusing after that, basically. So while I was going through that experience of like, wait, what is all this being attached to the Quran? Like, for example, like if I make wudu in a certain way and then like someone corrects me, like, no, that's not the way you do it. Like, you have to do it like this way. Like, part of me is kind of like, why is this so like strict? Like, it has to be done this way, it has to be done this way. And the other part of me is like, wait, that's why Islam is beautiful, because it's all like the same. But I'm like, where is that coming from though? That's not from the Quran. Like, it doesn't say in the Quran, like, this is how you pray, you know, this is what you do, but it's told you like it's in the Quran. It's like, oh, it's not in the Quran, the Quran points to this, and then this is in it. And then I was just like, oh my gosh. So it's more than just the Quran.
You can go, by the
And
way.
then I
I'm just
kind of
saying, gotta
lost
hold it down when he's
faith in
talking.
I lost no faith in the Quran, but I lost faith in the religion as a whole and like claiming to be a follower of it when I'm like, maybe I don't really know what all these, are there a bunch of traditions being attached to this? Like, is this same cycle happening again where like the religion is going from very simple to like complicated? And I'm like, well, just look at the Quran. What does the Quran say? But it feels like when I talk to Muslims and interact, it's like, it's not just about the Quran. And at that moment, I began to have less faith in like claiming to be a Muslim and just being like, really, you know, this is what I am, this is what I am. And then that kind of led to me like backing off of YouTube a little bit too, because I'm like, wait, I'm gonna upset all my viewers now. Like, this is too much going
hold it
on.
when he's
Let me just
talking.
back
That's why
away.
it's on.
But that's what's actually going on with like my journey. That's kind of like laid it all out. Hopefully, like, does that make sense?
Listen, I myself, when I started studying some of these hadith, literally questioned everything. It shook me to my core. Okay, especially when like, remember, I'm born and raised in America. I don't know much about history yet. I don't know much about the way the world operated. And I'm starting reading some of these things and I'm like, wait. I remember the first time I questioned it. It was like, Allah was a moon god. I'm like, what? Like, that was the first time like I was like, what? But I didn't know the history. I didn't know the context. I didn't realize that the pagan Arabs used statues and the greatest statue, right? So it was real, but not the way they're still trying to cast doubt on us. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole marriage thing, which I have no doubts about anymore at all. I know for a fact that this woman was way past what was considered normal. I don't even think she was 9. I truly, in my heart of hearts, do not believe she was 9 years old.
She's post-puberty. That's all that matters. But
I know for a fact, though, she was past what was considered a woman at that time. So, but initially when I heard and I read some of those things, I was like, yo, dude. Like, so what you've gone through as a revert, not understanding the hadith, okay, and having questions about them, actually very normal, bro. And it does shake a lot of reverts to their core. But I also don't believe they preserved. I don't care what anyone says. They're not preserved perfectly. They're preserved a lot better than the New Testament, 100%. But there's still room there for human error. Only God is perfect, and only the Quran is perfect. So, we got to look at the character. We got to look at everything. And sometimes, out of context, when you read these things, like, oh my God, like, it's just crazy, right? But that's because it's out of context. You got to put the context in. So is there anything that's really troubling you now that you're having a hard time dealing with or understanding?
Thank you for asking. It's not necessarily like anything, especially like the whole marriage thing. I quickly after being just like, wait, what? Like married a young girl? What is, maybe I am like following some crazy cult. And then I actually started using my brain like, wait, when is a girl supposed to become a woman? Okay, when she can have a baby. When can a woman have a baby? Wait, what? So like I got over, there's nothing specifically that's like, yo, what is this sentence right here? But it's more so the principle.
How is it not working? Can you hear us right now?
It's more so the principle of like the hadiths. I think I have an innate disposition to like
How is it not working?
people telling me like I have to do something in a certain way. So like if I'm spending time around Muslims,
What is it?
if I'm hanging out with my Muslim brothers, then it feels like, when it's prayer time, like I have to join in and I have to do the motions. But I'm like down to the point, I'm like, why am I doing these motions? Like, I just want to go pray. But I feel like I'm kind of being forced to be like a robot all of a sudden. And like, otherwise people will look at me weird. And then I'm just like, am I doing this for people or am I doing this for myself? And I just started to like not like the feeling of like, oh, I have to do these certain actions at this time when I don't even believe that it's necessarily that way. Like it doesn't say it in the book. That makes sense to me. It doesn't say that. Where is this from? Oh, it's from the Hadith. So I didn't really look into the Hadiths, but it's just like the Hadiths were used to prove everything. Like when we do it, and it makes sense from the standpoint of like a religion needs to have, schedule and stuff. But what bothers me is the feeling like I need to be a robot. And and it makes me want to just be like, okay, just like get away. And I want to go back to being by myself in my own room and just think about this for myself. Like, can you relate at all? Either of you?
Listen.
Here you go, and then I'll go.
So Yeah, sometimes. And I think some of those thoughts, in my opinion, actually come from the demonic realm. Some of them. Because you're like, it's like, why do I always have to do this? Why do I got to pray 5 times a day? Why do I got to wake up at freaking 3:30 in the morning sometimes, bro? It's not easy, dude. Being a Muslim is not easy. And sometimes it does feel robotical, right? Like, why? But that's, like, what are we? We're slaves of God, right? But I think the better way to look at it is that we have to be uniform. Because by not being uniform, we leave room for innovation. And innovation, look at what it's done to all the other faiths, brother. And even our faith now is starting to fall prey, right? Because of people just, we can cut this out, cut that out.
Like basically, like if everyone prayed their own way, they said, let's say instead of saying Surah Fatiha for the first prayer, you said whatever you wanted. Maybe you quoted a Hadith. Over years, stuff would deviate so much. The fact that it's 1,400 years later after the Prophet, and we're still praying the same exact words as him, and we're still praying in the same way. I think I look at it personally more miraculous than robotic.
Also, being someone that was,
I agree with that.
And being someone your age at one point, I wasn't on the right path.
Oh yeah, you're good. Sorry.
What do you
sorry.
want, dude? Put the fucking button.
Because you hold it when he's talking.
What do you want, dude?
You hold it when he's talking.
Okay, so can I talk or no?
Talk. Go.
I'm gonna finish what I gotta say, and I gotta go.
Hold it. Go. Cook.
So I'm not gonna be like, listen, praying is not easy. It's not. Like, we get busy. I'm gonna be real, man. But there was a couple of things that shift my whole paradigm, right? The most important thing you found, like, you've come to the conclusion, no matter what, there's only one God, right? That's the most important thing. Everything else, okay, is second to that. Yeah. Because you can make that mistake and nothing else you do matters, right? So the most eternal truth, you've come to that conclusion. That's the most important thing. The rest of the stuff.
Well, thank you for reminding me that.
At rough underscore the super chat
that
at
is true.
$49.99.
Sorry, we just got a
May Allah
super chat.
bless
It's
you,
going out loud.
Grayson. I've watched your journey since seeing you read the Quran in one sitting. Hadiths are graded strictly.
Sorry, 1 second.
We
It's
trust it
TTS.
based
Can you hear
on
it?
its grading. It's a rigorous process, but the Prophet's teachings
Let
are
me read it to
most
him.
definitely preserved.
Okay, but let me finish my point. This is
Sorry,
very
keep going.
important.
We'll get to the super chats after.
So it sounds like you've had a bad experience with the haram police. 100%. Do this, do
I
that.
can't even imagine what you dealt with them. Bro.
Okay, that's one. That's one. Forget them. You're on your own journey. Okay? Now, we do need to advise each other, but it can become overwhelming, especially for reverts, bro. People need to take it easy, dude.
Bro.
That's number one.
You know what pisses you? Finish your point.
That's
I'll go.
number one.
Yeah.
Islam didn't come down in one night, and they expect a revert to be a perfect Muslim in 2 minutes. No. If I go to the gym tomorrow, and right now I haven't worked out in years. If I go try to lift weights, I'll probably blow my arm out, right? So it's the same thing with faith. Like, the way you build your faith, they expect you to be perfect overnight. And that is like, bro, they don't have any right to be like that or scold you or any of that shit. That's number one. Number two, it's learning to fall in love with God first before fearing him. The chapters of mercy of the Quran came down before the chapters of punishment. And I had it backwards for a long time in my life too. If you don't do this, you're going to go to hell. You're going to this, you're going to that. And instead of letting you fall in love with God and respecting God, sometimes they come with the whip too soon also. You got to have that relationship with the Creator. So for me, it was like, now that I'm older and I've gone, listen, brother, there's nothing worse than finding faith and then falling out of the faith. I've been there. And you go back to hedonism. You go back to the fun, the drinking, all that shit. You become empty, worse than ever, because logically you knew you found the truth. Then you take 2 steps backwards because, it can get boring. Praying 5 times a day. I'm not in the clubs. I'm not. I unfortunately went both ways, right? I fell off the path. And then I went through hell to get back on it. So what I'm saying is, looking at it from another side, now I understand why we pray 5 times a day. Like, I really understand it. Like, it really keeps us. Can I finish, dude?
I'm tapping your hand to let you know to go next. Why are you
Okay, but it's kind of gay. So, because it's like,
you want to do a podcast and you act like this? You act like a 5-year-old. We're having a serious conversation.
It is a serious guy. You're acting like shaitan, bro. A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim, bro. Okay, so 2 things really shifted my mindset, Grayson, and I hope this will stick with you. Wanting to pray instead of fearing not, because, right? Wanting to pray. Why do I want to pray? Because I love God, man. I feel his presence. I've seen him answer my prayers. I've seen him save my ass. Literally, even tonight. Literally.
Today I have an experience, I'll tell you, yeah.
Yeah, that's one. Two, when I look at the mercy, right? If I live my natural course of life, I'll live to 70, 75 if I'm lucky, right? And most of the time, we're not praying anyway, right? And if you're a revert, you probably didn't learn about Islam until your 20s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Each prayer is 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes, 5 times is 25 minutes. He's giving you the rest of the 24 hours, bro. It's like if I gave you 75 years, if you add up all the minutes you spend praying, it's not even going to be more than a year or two of your total life that you're giving back to the one that gave you life, bro.
Can I talk?
And those 5 prayers separated throughout the
kind of
day.
insane.
Those 5 prayers separated throughout the day, bro, keep you in check, bro. Like they really do, bro. I can't tell you how many times I've had a horrible day, then the prayer comes and it's like,
Nothing else matters.
I'm not looking at it as a duty anymore. I'm not looking at it like, for me, I've evolved to the point where I'm like, I can't wait to pray. And not, damn, I got to pray again. Shit, it's time again. Like, because I understand that part of it too. When you're busy, you're young, you're an entrepreneur. Like, you can look burdensome until you realize really what a gift it is. So I hope that helps you a little bit, brother. As far as what people think and how you should go on your journey and all that shit, no. But the prayers should be kept the way they are. I really believe it is more beneficial that way. And look at it more from the mercy perspective than the you're going to go to hell if you don't like that. Nobody wants to be taught like that, bro.
You go. He said a lot. So
I appreciate the I mean, I'm more so soaking in information right now. It's a good point, like how little time it takes to actually pray. I just hate the feeling of like being governed again by like. Have you guys ever read the book 1984?
yeah.
But I wrote the book, bro. I wrote the book. I literally wrote
it. When I started to like embrace Islam, I like got that feeling again. Like I can't question anything
But that was the
about
whole
the
thing.
way that this system is working. Like I feel like I'm experiencing another Christianity like awakening. Like wait, why are we all following these hadiths? Like, and then I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm not trying to like wage war again. It just made me want to like get away from it. So it's like I get the importance of prayer. I just I fear like I honestly fear being around. This sounds terrible to say, but it's like I fear being around Muslims because it's like I realize that my mind starts to like fear what they'll think of me more than God. Like, oh wait, I don't want them to think bad of me. Like it just gets me in like a weird mindset of like I'm being governed, and I'm like, dude, there's just so much that I'm trying to figure out for myself, and I keep wanting to like step away from people, which is not the goal. It's like being isolated like does nothing. Like brotherhood is the strongest. Like for a man, that's probably the strongest feeling you'll ever have is like next to other men who agree the same things as you. But it's like I get the importance of prayer, but like that's what I'm saying. Like that feeling of being told what to do by other humans rather than God is like the part that's like I feel naturally like wait, don't think what you're doing. Like what's going on? Am I even being conscious right now, or am I just like following this? And I don't even know where it's from. That's what got me like kind of just like rocked my whole boat of like. Oh, like I'm with this team. Like I get it. I'm a ride or die. Like till the end, you know.
Personally, one of the things that solidified my faith so much in Islam was the fact that every time I would ask a question, there would be a logical answer. You know, like isn't that what kind of like solidified your faith towards the start of it? Like everything you kept looking into, it kept making sense, this and that. And then it just seems like once the Hadith got thrown into the picture, once you heard about that, you were just like, ah.
Well, I think, yeah, to answer your first question, yes. Like, every time I would ask a question, it would come back with an answer. You could ask a Muslim a question, it's like, there is a freaking answer. Like, it was crazy to me. Like, it felt like ChatGPT. Like, in Christianity, most of the questions you ask, like, they don't get answered. Like, they just get, like, fluffied. Like, you know. So you never, you know, you kind of just, like, okay, like, I don't really know. You kind of just accept the fact that you don't know. But it's like, in Islam, it's like, when can I do this? How do I do this? It's like, you cut your nails this way. It's like, what? You guys talk about that?
I think a lot of this has to do with
like
you
in Christianity,
being
we
public.
never talked about real stuff like that you do to your body, for example.
Yeah.
Like wudu. That to me was like mind blowing.
I think a lot of this has to do with you being so public about it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the amount of comments that you get for every little thing that you do. Are you familiar when alcohol was prohibited in the Quran?
No, I mean a little bit, but
Okay. Alcohol.
I've heard this.
Think
but I
about
don't really
this.
know.
Think about this for a second. Okay. The Quran's coming down. The Prophet, peace be upon him, is receiving revelation. The Prophet himself and giving dawah to people, calling them to the message of Islam, worshiping one God. So back then, as you know, they were worshiping a bunch of different idols. They were drinking, committing zina. When they had daughters, they were killing them, this and that. And how long did it take for God to forbid alcohol in the Quran to the people that were literally getting dawah from a prophet? 10 years. 10 years into people praying and practicing Islam, alcohol was forbidden. So I need you like
So do we get 10 years excuse?
no, we don't, because we're influencers, and because you guys want to be in the comments of every revert when you have no idea what they're going through behind the scenes. Not even the slightest clue. And I don't know if it's worse for you or worse for me. I can imagine it's probably similar, but what are you going to do?
I also want you to understand something. How long ago did you like basically accept the faith? How long?
It was maybe less than a year ago.
Okay,
but
listen to me.
Coming around on that time
The
frame.
beginning is always the worst. And the minute you accept the faith, and I don't know how many followers this guy has.
I don't know how many. Like
How
100
public
now?
are you? Like,
Millions.
no, I'm serious.
Millions.
Are you public?
World's famous.
Like,
It doesn't matter. I'm not saying it to be
I have,
cool.
like-
I'm just trying to
no,
advise.
I know you're being genuine. Like
200K on YouTube.
100,000
Yeah, that's a
followers
lot,
on
bro.
YouTube.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So
TikTok and
understand something. Being a public person, doing this journey in front of the whole world, very similar to his story. You are at the highest level, number one enemy of the devil.
Yeah.
Okay? Hates you.
Especially being a white boy.
Okay? Because the minute you start going towards the path, that's when the gloves come off. It's like, oh, this guy, like I had him, bro. He was banging broads. He was drinking. He was doing his thing. He's a good looking dude. He's going towards Islam in front of the whole world. He's going to do everything in his power to destroy you. Everything in his power. Because you're a threat now. You understand?
You and I,
you're
bro.
a real threat now.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, you're just some Muslim guy and, no, now you're in front of the whole world, bro. And there's people watching you. So understand that, and I've said this to everyone I've ever told before. Like when I've given dawah to people, not on camera, I never did this shit to be public. I never want to talk about Islam publicly, by the way. That's another thing. Just so you understand my background. I was already doing podcasting long before Sonny. Sonny was in, his dad's, you know what. So
Dude.
I started podcasts trying to help people not give up on life. But I didn't want to talk about religion or politics because of how divisive it is. But unfortunately, the world is on fire and people need to step up to put these fires out. Otherwise, we're looking at Armageddon. Like Armageddon's on our doorstep. And I'm trying to bring people together. No one can delay God's decree anyway, so it doesn't matter. But we got to do our part to try to, stop hatred and all this stuff. So the most important thing, bro, everything you're going through, every revert has gone through.
Yeah, you're not alone.
And then even
Yeah,
some
that perspective is actually so.
no, that's a
it's so
fact.
nice to hear.
That's an absolute fact. That's number one. Number two, I would have been surprised if you didn't have these problems.
Yeah.
Because as many reverts as I've met, and in myself, I consider myself a revert also because I was definitely on the wrong path. And I went through some of that Hadith stuff and this and that and the haram police, and they bring it to here to the point where you feel like giving up. It's like they take away God's mercy. God's the most merciful, bro.
How does the book start? What are
God
the
is
first
the most
3
merciful.
words? In
Now-
the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. And then what else does God say in the Quran? He says, I am what you think I am, bro. Right?
Yeah. Now, what am I saying? Am I saying you should go sin? No, because I paid the price. I fell off the path. What I'm saying is be patient. Get the knowledge, brother, before you make any shattering changes in your life. But also remember, fear, anxiety, and these things come from the demonic realm, bro. 100%, bro.
Yeah.
And they want to fuel you with doubts. And remember, they follow you everywhere you go. You have jinn that are assigned to you. Whether you want to be a Muslim or not, they're there, okay? And they communicate with each other. And they communicate with the jinn of your family. And they know what bothers you, what pushes your buttons. You need to understand the enemy, bro. And it's real.
Have you looked much into the unseen world yet, or not really? Take your finger
Like
off when he's
inside the
talking.
Quran.
Yeah, or just the Quran. I mean, it's the Quran and the Hadith. But do you know much about like the jinn and how they operate or anything?
Spent a lot of time on my own thinking about it, but no, not from like these sources. And I don't know how it works,
You
but
want to finish your point?
So basically, brother, just understand that we're attacked at what we can see and what we can't see. And to be a Muslim, you have to believe in the unseen also, right? Now, the people that don't have knowledge, they call them aliens, they call them this, they call them that. It's real, bro. It's so real, it's not even funny. Now, you are a public person, which means you're at a much higher risk of many different phenomenon affecting you, from the evil eye to they just want to take you out because now people are going to follow you. They're going to like, wow, he's this guy too. This guy's studying these weird people that prey on rugs and supposedly do all this disgusting stuff, which is not in the faith, bro. It's not. It's like the more they lied, the more like I said, like when I had first read the story of the prophet's marriage, I was like, what? Bro, it shattered me. I'm talking 20, 30 years ago.
hey, yo.
I was like, bro, I can't. Like, this cousin stuff. It has nothing to do with the faith. And I'm not knocking people. That's their cultures, bro. If they want to do it, it's not the religion. You understand?
Yeah.
And sometimes people mix the culture with the religion and they don't get it. They don't see the differences. They don't understand the differences. So all I'm saying to you is, be careful who you're getting knowledge from, brother. That's number one. There's different schools of thought. There's different sects. But the majority follow the way of the prophet, right? But some of it is very debatable, bro. Don't let little things like that drive you crazy. The most important thing is to have the relationship with the Creator. Stay away from deadly sins. Pray 5 times a day. If you miss a prayer, your life's not over. But you're going to notice as you get older that those prayers are actually more in your favor. God doesn't need you to pray.
Bro, at the end of the day, I mean, this is my personal experience. The only punishment for not praying is not praying.
Yeah, bro.
Hold up. You want to wait a minute? Are there people there? You good?
Hey,
We'll give him a minute.
Where is he at? In the hotel?
I think he's probably at an Airbnb or something with a bunch of guys. Good?
yes.
So I was just saying, bro, from personal experience, the only punishment for not praying is not praying. The way I look at it is it's like just a perfect guideline on how to live your life. You wake up with the sun, you go to sleep with the sun, 5 times at different points throughout the day too. So let's say you're getting overburdened with work. It's really stressful. Okay, now you have to take 5 minutes to think only about God and reset.
It resets you, dude. It really does.
It resets you. You're able to think clearly. Now you come back to work even more productive than if you skipped that prayer with those 5 minutes because you had that reset. There's to me, I like to focus on a lot of the wisdoms to the commandments rather than looking at the downsides.
Do this because you're a slave.
Do this or you're going to hell. My brain doesn't even think like that. And when I'm teaching my kids Islam, that's going to be the last thing that I'm telling them, And when you're hearing nonstop from the haram police, I feel like a fair comparison would be to the people that grow up in a Muslim household and their parents constantly berate them with, you're going to hell, you're going to hell, you're going to hell. It's the same thing.
They end up going crazy. Yeah. They
Insane.
Get a
They go to college and they're like, the daughter's like, seeing stuck full of, bro. You know what I mean? Like doing insane stuff.
So everything, just so you know, and I'm going to recap because I do need to get out of here. And I just wanted to give you the respect that you deserve. Everything you went through, brother, I swear to God, if you ask any revert, very similar. There's even Muslims that go through what you're going through. Like they were born in the faith. And
Yes, bro.
yeah. So like everything you're saying is normal. Don't let that upset you. Don't, you have your path. Remember why you came to the conclusion there's only one creator. Listen to the recitations. Work on Aqidah, bro, the fundamentals of Islam. Forget all the little this and that.
How you cut your nails, where you put your nail clippings.
Forget all that. Work on Aqidah, bro. Keeping the prayers if you can. Fast the month of Ramadan if you can. Give charity when no one sees you. The 5 pillars, bro. All that other stuff, bro, in due time with knowledge and understanding, but try to hold on to those 5 core elements, bro, because it's very important. And the most important, obviously, is associate nothing with God, bro. We all make mistakes. We all sin.
Yeah.
God is the most merciful, bro. The most merciful. And no man can judge you.
And everyone has their own unique test, bro. It's not as simple. Like the scale isn't as simple as people put it.
Salam alaikum, bro.
Where if you hit all your, some guy living in Saudi Arabia where
Salam.
where his dad wakes him up for every single prayer, wakes him up for Fajr every day, and he grows up hearing the Adhan, compared to you, where you have family down your throat for even looking into it, and you miss some prayers. Like, it's not equivalent, bro. You know, God's the most just at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I don't even like the idea that, you know, it's the scale isn't as simple as people think. That's kind of my point. You good, Unc? You about to bounce?
Yeah, I stayed an extra hour for Grayson, bro.
You down to stay on a bit?
Tell Unc that. Yeah, I'm done.
I hear him.
He can hear
Zach
you.
Still hear me?
He can hear you. Yeah.
Thank you for your words. Are actually going to be like ringing in my head when I'm going to go hit the gym in a few hours and probably for the next few weeks. So thank you for speaking life into me.
I'm always available.